Good afternoon, everyone. Miss Cece over here. How are you all doing? So, last week we talked about self-esteem. Every Monday we're going to talk about self-esteem. And I'm going to talk to you about the things that can help you reach high self-esteem. So, do we have people on the line? Do we have any young questionnaires, questions or statements on the line with me now?
No, no, ma'am.
Hi, can you just say who you are?
Pardon me?
Can you just tell me who you are?
Renner's son.
Renison. Hi, Renison. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. Are you ready with paper and pen?
Yes, please.
Good. Who else is on the line? Anybody else? Is anyone else out there joining us? Come on, hang out with us today. We're learning about self-esteem. Okay, Ren. So what we're going to do today is we're going to review what we went through last week, what we talked about last week. We talked about who am I? That was the biggest question on the board. Who am I? Right? We want to know who we are. So that way we can know the things that we want to do. So understanding who we are is knowing what our dreams are, what our aspirations are, what our goals are, what our passions are, what makes us happy. And being happy is the best thing in the world. Would everyone agree with that? Ran, would you agree with that? Hello? Hi, would you agree
Pardon
with
me,
being
ma'am?
happy is the would you agree that being happy is the best thing in the world?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, absolutely. So, what makes you happy?
Um, and they do not know. They just be happy.
You don't know what makes you happy? When
Yes,
you eat
ma'am.
ice cream, are you happy when you eat ice cream?
Yes, ma'am.
When you go out on a field trip with your mom and your dad or your school or your friends, are you happy?
Yes, please.
Yes. So you know the things that make you happy. You just have to be able to figure out how to say what makes you happy, right?
Yes, please.
Yes. So we want to ask the question, who am I? What makes me happy? What are my dreams, goals, and aspirations? And then we want to also ask the question, who influences me? Who is the persons or the people that make me want to be the person I want to be? So can you tell me someone who influences you? I think you told me last week someone,
My
but
mother.
tell me again. My mother.
My mother.
Mothers are awesome. Mothers are awesome influencers. Why is a mother an awesome influencer?
Cause she's a
Hi,
bunny.
Tyreek. Because she sticks by you. Exactly. She's there for you. She helps you. She guides you. She teaches you what you should or should not do, right? So that is what is called influencing you. She's telling you, teaching you, educating you, influencing you. You got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tyreek, I see that you came into the room. How are you today?
Very good, ma'am.
That's wonderful. Are you paper and pencil ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because we're gonna learn more about self-esteem. And the young lady, tell me your name again, please. What was the young lady's name? Hello, Galaxy. The Galaxy
Oh,
Note
she didn't say
9.
that she can't undo she might in
She
chat.
can't.
You
Okay.
gotta look at my look in
Oh,
chat.
okay. Okay. So, I'll call you Princess because I forgot to write your name down. So I apologize. If you can come back in and tell me your name, that would be awesome. Okay. So last week we talked about who am I? We talked about who our influences are. And we envisioned or we imagined, we closed our eyes and we thought about seeing ourselves in our future. So if you see yourself in your future, you can see what you want to do. And that'll help you understand what you want to do, what makes you happy. If you close your eyes and you look into your future, you'll figure it out. Because you know where the answer is? Can anybody tell me where the answer is on what you want to do? Who can tell me?
You could do it by yourself.
Well, sometimes it's not so easy to do it by yourself, Tyreek, but
With
if
your mother.
if your mother or your friends or someone helps you along the way, it definitely helps you reach your goals, right? The things that make you feel happy, if
Yes,
someone
please.
helps you and sees it with you, sees your future with you, and they want you to get there, they're going to help you get there, right? If you saw your friend running a race and you wanted him to win, you would run alongside of him and you would boost him on, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. What sports do you play?
I
What
run.
sports? Say again?
Running.
Running. So you do races, right? You do marathons
Yes,
or
please.
races? Okay, so you want to hear the people in the audience rooting you on. You want to hear them calling your name. You want to hear them wishing you well. You want to hear them boosting you up. Those people are influences, and that is influence in you reaching your goals. Okay, so when you close your eyes, you envision your future, you see it 10 years from now, and you see the people who helped you get there, the influencers, and you begin to live your dreams, but not without some obstacles. Obstacles always get in the way. What is an obstacle? Can anybody tell me? What is an obstacle? Tyreek,
No.
you don't know what an obstacle is?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you're running a race. You have a race that you have to run, and you have things in the way of you winning, right?
Yes, please.
You ever heard of hurdles?
Yes, ma'am. Hurdle
Okay,
one,
so you know what a hurdle
100
is.
dash.
You know,
Yes, please.
right. So if you have a 500 dash and then there is this bar that you have to jump over to reach the end, what is that bar called?
A hurdle.
It's a hurdle, but it's also called an obstacle. Why?
Because we.
In the way. It's in the way. Exactly. You are awesome. You're smart. You're pretty smart. I think you can get this goal thing pretty good, pretty easy. Okay, so obstacles are things that get in the way. Ran, are you still there? Is Ren still there? I see you, Tyreek. Is Ren there? Okay, he might have lost connection, but hopefully he'll come back in. So when we think about the obstacles, we have to think about how we're going to get over under those obstacles. We got to get past those obstacles, because if we want to get something, we can't let anything get in our way to stop us. Or can we? Can we?
Pardon me?
Can we let things get in our way to stop us from getting what we want?
No, ma'am.
No. So if you're running that race and you want to get to the end and you want to win and you're close, you're the one in the lead, you're running so fast, and here's the hurdle and you have to run over, and you can't trip, because if you trip, the next person may not trip and win the race. So you want to make sure that you jump high enough, or you go low enough, or you go around enough to get past the obstacle, right?
Yes, please.
So what is an obstacle?
Something that getting anywhere.
Something in the way. I want you to write that down. Write down, what is an obstacle? What is your obstacles? What are your negatives? Remember last week I talked about the positive and the negatives?
Yes, please.
Okay, so when we talked about the positive, we talked about the positive thinking that you had. We talked about the negative thinkings that you have about yourself. We talked about the positive influences in your life. We talked about negative influences in your life. We'll talk more about those later. We talked about the positive things that people say about you and the negative things people say about you. We also talked about the positive feelings that you have about your goals, dreams, and aspirations, and any negative feelings that you have about your goals, dreams, and aspirations. So, did you write all of that information down? Did you get a chance to do any of your homework? Did you identify
I don't
a
mind.
goal? You did. Awesome. Okay, so when it came to the negative things, let's talk about that. Negative things that you think about yourself. Give me one thing that you don't mind sharing with everybody else, because we're live. So tell me something that you don't mind sharing with other people. One negative thing about yourself.
Cookies?
Say that. Cookies? You like to eat cookies. You like sweets.
Yes, please.
Okay, and you feel that that's a negative?
No, please.
You don't think it's a negative? Huh?
Sometimes.
Okay, so sometimes it could be a negative, sometimes it could be a positive. So we want to make sure that you want to make sure that the things that you do in your life are going to be positive, right? Because positive things, what does that do for you? When you do positive things for yourself, what does that do for you? Hi, Ren. What does positive things in your life do for you? When something is good and positive, what does that do for you?
Make you happy?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it
Yeah.
makes you happy. Yes. And that is our goal, is to be happy. Be happy as children and be happy as adults. Because one day you're going to grow up. And it's not really going to be one day. It's just going to be one day you're going to look back 10 years from now and you're going to say, wow, look at how far I've come. Look at all that I've accomplished and all that I've done. Right? So you want all that good, all that stuff to be good and positive, and anything that negative comes in your way, you want to find positive things to help balance them out, because there's going to be negative things or obstacles, like I said, in your life. So you can't get rid of the negative things, so you have to work around them or fix them so that you can be happy. Is everybody good with that?
Yes, please.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So is anybody who is that? Tyreek? Ren,
Yes,
are you
ma'am.
there? Yes. Okay, so and hopefully I still have the young princess on the line. Okay, so this week what we're going to talk about is your dreams, your aspirations, and your goals. So I want you to write down something. I want you to write down at the top of your paper or at the top of what where you're going to start, wherever you start, goals. 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 So when it comes to your goals, these are going to be things that you want to do. I know for me, when I was young, I wanted to be a nurse. I wanted to help people. I wanted to travel. I wanted to travel. I wanted to go to faraway places. I wanted to go to tropical islands. Those were my goals as a little girl because I grew up in New York where there is snow, which I'm not too fond of. I mean, it's a beautiful thing, but it's cold. Think about putting your hand in the freezer for a little while and staying there and see how that feels. That's how it feels when there's a lot of snow and when it's really cold. So my goal was to move away from the snow. So in order for me to do that, I didn't know what I had to do, but somebody taught me, so I'm going to teach you. So the first thing that I had to do was I had to write a bucket list. You ever heard of that? Anybody ever heard of a bucket list? What's a bucket
Yes,
list?
ma'am.
What is that? What's a bucket list, Tyree?
When you writing a list of things that we want, buy.
That you want to buy? Is that what you said?
Yes, please.
Okay. Is everything that you want you have to purchase? Do you have to spend money?
Sometimes.
Okay, but not all the times, right? So there's some things that you can want that is not going to be costly, but yes, there's a lot of times when things are costly. So you have to set goals for that too. What is something that you want to buy that you have to purchase?
A bike.
Okay. You want a bike? Is
Yes,
it
ma'am.
a is it a bicycle or a motorbike or what? Just a regular bike or a
Yes,
bike with a
please.
motor? Okay, so a
A,
regular
a
bike,
bicycle. Like a bicycle, like.
a bicycle. Yeah. Okay, so in order for you to get that bicycle, if you're going to get it for yourself, you got to kind of do a little bit of work. And I don't mean yard work or go to a job or anything. You got to work for yourself to get this, okay?
Yes, please.
Okay, Ren, is there any goal that you ever heard of a bucket list, first of all?
Pardon me, ma'am?
Have you ever heard of a bucket list?
Yes, ma'am.
You did. What is a bucket list to you?
Your bucket list is things that you want to do.
Things that
The
you want
stuff
to
that you
do.
want to do.
Okay. So y'all must know about goals or something. Have you ever written a bucket list?
No, ma'am.
Not yet.
You've not yet? Tyreek, have you ever written a bucket
Thinking
list?
about one.
No,
Excuse
ma'am.
me?
I was thinking about doing
No.
one.
Say that again.
I was thinking about doing one.
Well, guess what? We'll do one this week. How about that?
Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll do a bucket list this week. So, what we're going to do, the bucket list is going to have every single thing you ever want to accomplish, ever. Okay? So, it could
Yes,
be
ma'am.
one thing or it could be 100 things. It could be everything in the world that you want to do. Doesn't mean you're going to do everything, but you might be able to. You never know. You never know. When you put your mind to something and you set your goals, that's how you accomplish them. Okay, so the next question. The next thing that you're going to do after you do your bucket list is you're going to pick 5 things. Are y'all writing this down? Because this is homework.
Yeah, I got it, ma'am.
Okay, so you write a bucket list. You could write anything, anywhere. I'm going to give you anywhere from 5 to 100 things that you want to do.
Please. Yes, please.
Okay, so you do your bucket list. Out of the bucket list, I want you to pick 1, 2, 3 of the most important things you want to do. Just 3 of them. So write that down. Pick only 3 things you want to
Ma'am, we
do
could tell
that
you.
you want. Yes, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. That you want to do starting now. Starting this week. Okay?
Yes, please.
So, after we do the bucket list and we pick those 3 things, we're going to start working
I
on
got
building
mine.
our goals. Let's talk about yours. Go ahead.
I want to be a farmer. I want to
Okay?
raise animals. And I want to do
Yes.
crops.
Okay, so that all falls under being a farmer, an animal farmer, and a crop farmer. Okay? So you have two different goals, but kind of the same. So you want to be a farmer that has crops and animals. So that's 2 different products that you want to take
Yes,
care of
please.
and raise and grow and probably make a really good profit off of. So that's one goal. That's only one. So what else do you want to do?
Ma'am, I want to do my bucket list.
Be a mechanic.
Okay. Okay,
My
one
bucket
at a
list
time.
is
Wait a minute,
to
Ren.
jump
Ren,
out of
let
plane.
Tyreek finish with his thought, and then we're gonna come to you with your bucket list. Go ahead, Ren. Tyreek. What were you saying?
I want to be a mechanic too. A mechanic.
And a mechanic. So you want to learn how to fix what kind of machines?
Just fix up cars that old or gonna get
Okay.
paint.
So you want to make them look brand new and pretty or something, or just to drive?
Just make it pretty.
Oh, okay. So you want to fix them up, make them pretty. Do you want to sell them?
Yes, please.
Okay, so there you have it. You have a second goal. You want to be a farmer and you want to be a mechanic that restores and sells used cars. So write down those 2 goals. And this week you're going to work
Yes,
on
please.
one more goal that you're going to write down. Okay? You're going to write that one down. And Ren, let's go to you. What is your bucket list?
My bucket list is to To run as fast as they can.
To run, to be a runner, a racer. What kind of racing do you want to do?
Cars.
I thought you said run. So when you run, you race as well, but you want to do cars as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you kind of want to be like an all-round athlete. I noticed that you said that before. You want to be an athlete. Okay, so I want you to write that down. That's going to be your goal. We're going to work on the steps to help you reach your goal. Okay, you too, Tyreek. We're going to help work on the steps to help you reach your goal. So, Ren, you want to be an athlete, you want to be a racer, a car racer, and a runner. I guess a marathon runner. And of course, you want to be a winner. Would you want to go for the Olympics? Do you
Yes,
think that you
ma'am.
could be that? You think you could be that good?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I like that confidence. That's called self-esteem. Yes, and that's what we're working on. That's what we're working on. Self-esteem. Okay, so I want you to write your bucket list. I want you to write a full bucket list. I want you to pick 3 things out that you want to do now, and we're going to talk about them. I want you to have them ready and ready to
I
talk
might have
about,
I get a
because we're
sheet.
going to Okay, but you're going to do that this week. We're not doing it right now. You're going to do that's your homework, is to do the bucket list and to pick 3 things out of the list that you've written that you want to work on beginning soon, beginning now.
Yes, please.
Okay? All right, so are we ready for next week?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
because I
ma'am.
think that this week we did pretty good. So we talked about who I am, and we're going to continue to talk about who I am and how we're going to figure out who we are through our goals, our dreams, and our aspirations. We're going to learn who our our influencers are, and how they can help us build and be a better person that we have been, ever can be, that we've been, and that we can ever be. We are going to look at our feelings and the things that make us happy and all the good things. And then we're going to work toward keeping that feeling going by doing the things that can help us stay happy. Okay? And finally, we're going to look at all the positive things in our lives, the good things that help build us, and we're going to look at the things and strength make is not always bad. Negative things help you use your critical thinking, your wise mind, your wisdom. Okay, so we're going to learn about the negative and positive influences and things that we tell ourselves, that others tell us, and how they can help us and how they can make us be the best person that we can be. Because even though someone tells us something negative, it doesn't mean that it's going to hurt us. It teaches us how to either use it, go around it, go under it, or go over it, because it becomes an obstacle. And we are going to learn how to jump hurdles. Who is that athlete? Ren, that's you? You're going to teach us how to run hurdles around some obstacles, okay? Ren,
Okay, ma'am.
you're going to teach us how to jump over those hurdles, okay? So we're going to do that next week.
Yes,
We're going
ma'am.
to talk about this next week.
Yes,
We're going
ma'am.
to build self-esteem this whole week. I want both of you young kings and you young princes and princesses to walk with your head up high, good inside. Know that you are the best person that you could ever be. You will be, if you're not already, a supreme being, because supreme beings We're the best. And we strive to be the best. Don't ever forget that. And with that being said, is there any questions, any comments, anybody want to say before we end this session?
No, Mom. No, Mom.
You good? Y'all good?
Yes,
Everybody's
Mom.
good? Have a wonderful, wonderful week. And I'll see y'all next week. Be on time. Be
You too,
prepared with
Mom.
your pen and paper.
You too,
Be
Mom.
prepared with your, excuse me?
You too. You too.
Thank you. And have a blessed, blessed day. Mwah. I'll see y'all soon.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.